Hello, everybody. This is part 2 of Beings of Light, and what I'm going to talk about now are what's known as elementals, which is a very, very, very broad, probably the broad classification of beings of light. There's so many different elementals, and what an elemental is a being of light who is their bodies are more dense than angels, so that they kind of have a physical body, sort of, and they include many different things. The first thing are the nature angels, which are the angels basically for plants and animals. They're their guardian angels. They are also called fairies, and a lot of people don't believe in fairies, think they're just fake, but I'm here to tell you they are so incredibly real. They are just as real as you and me. Absolutely. I've seen them. They are real, absolutely real. Elementals also includes a lot of other things, in addition to fairies. Beings like mermaids. Yes, they exist. Mermaids are kind of like the fairies. They're larger, of the ocean, not necessarily lakes, oceans. Mermaids live in the ocean and watch over the oceans and make sure the oceans are clean. That's one facet of elementals that they're very, very adamant about, is that they absolutely detest people who pollute and who don't take care of the earth. So that being said, fairies and elementals do have a little ego. They got a little bit of an ego. Basically, like I said, if you are someone who doesn't care about the earth and you pollute and you don't recycle, fairies are not going to help you. But if you do your best to recycle and you really try to live sustainably, the fairies would love to help you. And especially if you are concerned about the environment or are concerned for animal rights, the fairies will be all about you. They'll be all about you and want to help you as much as possible. One of the things about, in particular, fairies is that they're really good at manifesting things. Fairies, whenever they need something, whether it's food or whether it's clothing, they can just manifest it. So they also like to help people who are in alignment with their values, and they help them to manifest things easier. Archangel Ariel is also, quote-unquote, queen of all of the fairies and elementals. She's the archangel of wild animals and nature, and she also helps with manifestation as well. So she bestows gifts upon whoever is treating the earth kindly. There are also, those of you who know me know that this particular elemental is just wrapped around my heart, are unicorns. I love unicorns. Absolutely love them. Unicorns are basically ascended horses. So after a horse lives so many lifetimes, over and over and over and over, it eventually becomes ascended, just like an ascended master. It becomes ascended, and it's in the energy of its third eye points. It juts out of its third eye, and it looks like a horn. Unicorns are similar to angels in their energy, but different. They're kind of like a mixture of angel and fairy, if you can imagine that. Fairies are very playful, they like to pull little pranks. Obviously angels don't like to do that. and have fun. Fairies like to. Unicorns have innocence. They have innocence and purity and wildness to them. That they have almost like the purity of angels and the wildness of the fairies. They're just an awesome energy. You can work with them too, just like you can an angel. You can invoke unicorns. I've read a lot about them. I'll probably do a whole video on them because I love them so much. So yes, there's unicorns. There's also leprechauns. Leprechauns are real. I've talked to one. In fact, I have one as a guide. Leprechauns are very real. They were I might have this wrong, but they were people who used to live in Ireland, according to Doreen Virtue. This is according to Doreen Virtue. There were people who used to live in Ireland, and they were being persecuted, and they were praying to, or asking a fairy goddess or a fairy queen or something to help them. I think it was Una, the fairy queen. And she granted them invisible bodies, basically, and thus was born the leprechauns. So there's leprechauns. I haven't worked a whole lot with them, but you can definitely invoke them and work with their energy. That's something I'll probably be learning about, I'm sure. Let's see. There's also actually a physical elemental who has a physical body, and actually there's two. I'll talk about both of them. The first one is crystals. Crystals are a real living thing. This is a piece of citrine, and it's obviously a from the mineral kingdom, but it's an elemental, and they, just like fairies and other elementals, help with various things in the physical world. So yes, crystals are alive. You can talk to them. They have a voice. I'm not crazy. Try it. So yes, crystals, and the other elemental that has a body, actually there's two, are whales and dolphins. They are elementals who, dolphins in particular, obviously really help with purifying and innocence, and similar to unicorn energy. In fact, I've read a couple nights ago that dolphins and unicorns come from the same place or live at the same place, and so when they see each other, they're very they like to play with each other. So yes, they have a very similar energy. Dolphins, though, have a rainbow energy, which is the energy of Reiki, which is very deep and penetrating and healing. So yes, whales also. Let's see, what other elementals are there? There are sprites, which live in water, like ponds and stuff. They protect the water. There's also tree spirits, which live in plants. Yes, you can go up to a plant and place your lower back against the tree and ask the tree spirit to clean you, and it will. It's really amazing. Elementals also help with our body, with anything with our body, the fairies in particular. If you ever get a chance, go to a secluded wood and lie down or lean against a tree and ask the fairies to clean you, and they will, as long as you aren't a polluter. Yeah, and it's amazing. That's something that I have done for years and years. It's absolutely incredible. There's nothing like it. Nothing like being cleaned by the fairies. You feel like a kid afterwards. You just feel so good. So there's also a lot of things like dryads, dwarves, elves. All those things are actually real. I don't know enough about them to talk about them right now, and I'm running out of time. So I will do more videos on them as I get some more knowledge about them. So I will see you in the next video. Bye!